All right.
Just start the software. Just go up.
No,
just go up.
I'm not
Stop.
connected to the internet though.
Who cares? Just go up and start software. We're not going to miss anything.
But what if something bad happens?
You can just start the software. It really doesn't make a difference.
They need to update. It's probably just bug fixes. And what are the chances we'll run into a bug?
Yeah, what happens?
A fatal game destroying.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
Oh, boy.
Oh no.
That's one of those game-breaking bugs. This may take a few minutes.
Wow.
This
Peter
happened
Matthews.
to Hollow Knight as well.
That's devastating.
Oh, and what happened? What was the result? Was it all lost?
I haven't checked yet. I just assumed it was all lost and I turned the Switch off.
That's really strange. What could have happened to make 2 of your game's save data?
The Switch is just a trash console.
I guess.
If only you were playing on any other console.
If only you were playing.
Actual D-pad.
If only you were playing with the Nintendo Wii U, the superior console that has ever been made, the best one. All the exclusives. Oh yeah, it runs Breath of the Wild like a freaking pizza in the oven. What? I'm just trying to speak Peter's language here.
I can't wait to see Matt on like TLC or whatever it is that or the channel that has shows where like the guy like has sex with his car and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Matt's gonna be
It's
like
like,
Matt and his Switch.
Or like the people who like marry the Eiffel Tower or the Golden Gate Bridge.
Yeah.
I hate that shit. It's like you.
How?
There was one really weird one where he like was in love with, I think it was like it was a roller coaster. That's what it was.
Yeah, I remember hearing about that. A roll. It's like why?
I don't know.
And I remember like the really famous example of the guy who was in love with his car was like a shitty red like Pontiac or something from like the 90s.
Wasn't a Nissan?
No, I did meet somebody. I did date I did go on a date with somebody who loved her car as well, but I don't know if it was
Probably
I don't know
not
if
in
it was the
that
same
way.
thing.
Yeah, but wait.
Didn't that guy like have a cushion that he put in the tailpipe so he could just
I think so.
Corrupt data was found. We did it. We found it. Re-downloaded the data then.
Do you
Okay.
have Nintendo Switch Online? Jack?
Download it.
Re-download. Begin.
Update.
No.
Start.
Well, I wonder if the system not being updated actually has something to do with why the data got corrupted. Oh, wait, no, you said this happened before, right?
Well, it happened to Hollow Knight, but that was random.
Wow, it literally took like no time to do the update.
That's how fast the Switch is, Peter.
Oh yeah.
Look, guys, you know what? I don't want to hear any more of this, okay? Like, the Switch is great. I really like
When
it.
it works.
Let's not talk.
This is exactly where I'm at.
Yeah.
Welcome to Hollow Knight, everybody.
Where is this?
This is pretty far in the game.
Yeah, this is pretty.
Yeah, Jack, I've
not
actually
in-
only played like,
Dude,
I'm only in like the first
You haven't
area.
done,
I
like,
barely
any
made
of this?
process in the game.
Yeah, there's a lot to the game. That's a labyrinth.
That's the whole map?
I'm on
Hey, this is
the city.
most of the map.
This
So,
game was a lot of fun, and it still is a lot of fun, but it also got really hard out of nowhere for
It's
me.
very difficult. And it's
Yeah.
very difficult on the Joy-Cons, I find. So I'm thinking maybe Joy-Cons are not
It's
super
got such
fun.
a great D-pad though, Peter.
Functionally,
not a
it is
D-pad.
a D-pad.
Fun-
Oh god.
You have a
Oh
button
god.
and a
Oh god.
lever.
It's
They're different things, but they function and do the same thing.
It's
Are
labeled.
both buttons.
It's labeled as a D-pad
It's not. What do you wear? Do you see on the?
on Nintendo. Nintendo.com. Google
I
right
did.
now.
I did.
Google
It's
the
not
Switch.
fun. It's not.
What about that link Eric sent?
Eric and his.
Did you look at it?
I did. I think.
And it labels
I
it as a
think.
D-pad, doesn't it? And it's a Nintendo official link.
Didn't
Got 'em going
Nintendo
again.
invent the D-pad?
No.
Yeah, they invented it. They can call it whatever the they want, Peter. They already did, but this isn't a D-pad. This is a D-pad. It is not a D-pad.
They function as D-pad. Yeah, we're all in complete agreement about that. But that does not make it a D-pad.
It's a directional
It's
pad.
4 buttons. It's not a pad. There's no pad. There's 4 buttons. The exact same. if you removed all coloring
All right.
from this device, these would be
You know what?
exact
How
same.
silly are you gonna feel when we pop the case open and
Yeah,
you see that
and
those
those
four
four
buttons
buttons
are
are
actually
part-
linked together underneath
I'm-
the thing?
it's funny. Okay, it's funny because Evan is saying that because I was literally about to pull up a diagram of what the Joy-Con looks like to see if we're right.
Let's go inside the decon.
All right,
the decon.
Matt, where's your Switch? We gotta bust open one of your Joy-Cons.
No, thank you.
Peter, I got some bad news for you, buddy. What does that look like?
Those are 4 buttons.
No, the 4 buttons are there, but then they sit on this gray pad, which sits on these other 4 buttons. So it actually
it's not
is
a pad,
D-pad.
though. It's not a pad.
No, it's a cushion.
It's a pad underneath.
It's a cushion
It's
that
a
connects
pad
all 4 though.
underneath, but the buttons themselves are
But
not
it's
a
a
pad.
pad.
You just said the word pad though, great.
Yeah, but it's on the buttons are on top. When I
Yeah,
think
so?
when I think pad, I think this thing, and I can like roll around in a circle, and I can hit all, like I can go in direction. I don't have to hit 2 buttons to go up into the one area.
No, it's a pad.
It's not a pad.
Can confirm.
It's not a pad.
That's some. What is that?
They all sit on something that's pad-like.
Yeah.
AKA,
Yeah.
But-
it's
but-
a D-pad,
but-
Peter.
No, but if you look at the other one, it sits on something looks like it to be exactly the same.
Then guess what, Peter?
They're both D-pads.
They're both D-pads.
I don't know if I agree with that.
Or, actually, no, the other one is not a D-pad. You know why?
Why, Evan?
Because
Why?
because those buttons are A, B, X, and Y, while
So
those
paint-
ones.
Paint is what changes it from buttons into a
No,
D-pad.
because
Is that what
no,
you're telling me?
you know what? The D stands for directional. So because those have arrows on them, they're directional buttons that sit on a pad, aka a directional pad, also known as D-pad. Peter,
not
Oh my
a pad.
point, I was talking
I
about
don't
this.
care.
But I mean, that just means that the people can't hear you being wrong.
Peter, you lost.
Yeah.
You lost, buddy.
You lost.
I'm gonna bring this
You
up in a
failed.
podcast. I'm gonna bring a sheet of information.
Okay.
I'm gonna tear you,
You
guys
know-
apart. Fact
You know-
by fact.
You know
Peter-
what this is?
Facts don't care about your feelings. Get out of here.
Oh, thank you.
Hey, I want you to remember this feeling because this is how I feel about cold tea.
And that's how Jack feels about sheds.
Exactly. Okay, so the top of this thing is actually kind of translucent, so you can actually kind of see like how it works for this guy.
Oh yeah.
It's just like, does it?
Hey, Peter, is
the
that the
exact
D-pad?
same- To me, it's the same thing though. Just because like stylistically they're connected.
And Tony is
it's a
picking
different
up
functionality.
my thing.
How is it a different functionality?
Like I can just playing Tetris alone. Just with an arrow pad. Cause I had to go play Tetris online to prove to myself I can do it. It's not me. It's the D-pad.
Ladies and gentlemen, we got him.
It sounds like
The
it's kinda-
D-pad. He said it.
No, this is it's. Don't talk about this in the podcast.
All right.
I
Okay.
will formulate my.
But like Nintendo also had to design it like this because
So that
they're
they
meant
could
for
use the
cooperative
controllers
play,
separately.
right?
Yeah, and I do understand that. I don't. Yeah, I do understand that. But that does not make it a D-pad.
But it does. Because it is a D-pad.
It's not a D-pad.
Because there's a pad and there's directional buttons on it,
No,
aka
Peter.
a D-pad.
There's a
Peter,
pad
you-
underneath. There's not a
you
pad
go
on
right-
the
okay,
thing.
But that
There's
makes
button- They're buttons up top.
Okay, well,
On the
just,
surface level.
just because I'm holding, does
All
that
I wanted.
does that
Arrow pad.
does that mean if I hold a controller, it's technically not a controller? Because
guys,
if I
Day-
take it
Day
apart
out
to
with
its
Thomas
basic
is coming
components,
back to-
it's no
to
longer a
Harry's
controller.
Park.
It's just a bunch of plastic parts.
Let's go to Day.
I don't understand your
That's the
argument.
same thought
The
process.
top
You say
level-
it's not the D-pad because
the top level that you use, that you interact with, are 4 buttons.
no, but the whole system together is the
I don't
D-pad.
care about the system.
Yeah, but
I
it is
care
a
about
D-pad.
what I'm using.
No, but then you can't say you're even
It's
using a
buttons.
controller because that's the system. But the controller itself is actually a plastic casing with electronic
Peter, this
components
is your
and buttons on
argument.
it.
You know, I've said my piece more than enough times, but I will die on the hill that when I told Peter that it was the D-pad, functionally in that setting it's the D-pad, which is why I refer to it as the D-pad. Whether or not it's actually a D-pad, for the sake of Peter's familiarization,
And
I said
Jax is
use
updating
the
all of his
D-pad.
games.
It's literally located in the same place that D-pads are always located on a
Did
controller.
you watch the video when I turned the controller upside down? Does that still make it a D-pad?
Well, yeah.
Matt's,
it's just an
don't listen to
upside-down
Matt's
D-pad.
arguments. Matt has bad arguments.
What are you
Listen to my
talking about?
arguments.
I'm the reason this argument exists.
Just because you brought up an argument doesn't mean
now what's
it's
wrong with this?
What
This
the
is
hell
That's
is that?
really weird.
God damn.
an error.
No, it said successfully downloaded update, and then
This isn't even a Celeste video anymore.
oh my god.
It's not any video. It's just
fine.
a bunch of people screaming out mics.
Welcome to YouTube content.
It just seems like a really weird thing to be like semantically upset about, you know?
It's just that it has 4 buttons.
I think everyone
Yeah, but
here
it's-
is allowed one
but-
ridiculous thing to get mad
Yeah,
at.
but here's
Yours
the-
is sheds building them on YouTube
Okay.
from a YouTube video.
True.
His is
This is true.
D-pads. His is for some reason cold tea, which is who cares? It's just water at
Are
the
you
end of the
trying to
day.
get everyone upset?
I agree
We're
with
gonna
you.
take you up
And
back and
Matt's
beat
is
you.
Sonic.
I agree with you wholeheartedly, Evan. The thing is, this is 4 buttons as well. It's not a single button that
But you
functions
can press
into.
them a different way, I guess. Like
What?
It's just like
What the
your
f-
finger
are you
can't,
talking about?
Your finger can't move as easily across the buttons as well as the
Dude,
D-pad.
you haven't-
A
you don't
D-pad
own-
is a thing for a reason. It's
Dude,
designed like
literally,
this for a
okay,
reason.
literally take that left Joy-Con out, hold it, press button to button, and you'll notice it feels like a D-pad.
You know what?
Move
I'm
from
actually-
button to
Same
button.
reason
You know what,
why
Matt?
This D-pad works better than these.
You
D-pads.
seriously need a canal to
Matt, I-
caress your thumb to go from one button to the other? Like you can't just lift it a half inch off the ground
You know what, Matt?
and just go.
Matt.
I need a museum of D-pads to bring you to. Like, yes, the 1980s, the 90s, all the Switch and ruined
80s.
everything.
Hey, Matt, you know what I just realized?
Tell me.
Technically, the Switch's buttons, whether or not they are a D-pad, I'm gonna rescind my thoughts
Yikes.
on this and add new thoughts.
I don't want
The
this.
C- technically, on the
still
Nintendo
processing the old
64
thoughts.
controller, it also has those 4 directional buttons, but it calls those the C buttons or whatever, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So those are more C buttons than they are D-pads.
It has a D-pad though.
It does. It has both. Yeah.
That's a great. So does it have 2 D-pads then? What is going on?
Peter, I just said it's not a D-pad.
he made an
Don't
argument for
fight
you.
your allies now.
You're not my ally.
You seriously just ally.
All right. So, hey, welcome back to Celeste.